The Crux of the Matter. April 5, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. The crux of the matter is that non-consensual securitization is illegal and always has been, and that is what these bankers and attorneys and politicians and their military hangers-on have been profiting from. Here it is very succinctly summed up by Christopher Story in the International Currency Review, United Kingdom, The Law of Property Act, 1925 in the United Kingdom, The Law of Property Act, 1925, particularly Section 136 which deals with assignments, makes it crystal clear that alienation by a mortgage provider of all assets that have been assigned without notice having been issued to, or permission granted by, the debtor, is void and fraudulent. Therefore, all securitization operations by financial institutions within the British jurisdiction which have not been explicitly sanctioned in advance by the mortgagor, with the mortgagor fully aware of the situation, are void. Northern Rock and all financial entities engaged in assigning, on selling, trading and benefiting financially from such activity without notice to or the prior consent of the mortgagor, are engaged in criminal activity. These institutions have accordingly been trading worthless paper between themselves within a fraudulent financial carousel, as repeatedly stated in these reports. End quote. The Securities and Exchange Commission has been run like a financial brothel. The banks have operated as individual bordellos. They quietly departed from a normal course of business under the administration of FDR and never corrected, becoming increasingly lawless and daring with regard to their financial crimes as time went on. Read that again and let it sink in. Securitization of mortgages, to say nothing of securitizing the labor and lifeblood of living people, is illegal. Period. We have a banking and stock and bond system founded on fraud. All those mortgage-backed securities are based on fraud. And thanks to MERS and phony endorsements and re-endorsements of promissory notes and escrow accounts improperly collected as abandoned assets that were never abandoned, nobody knows who owns what interest in what anymore. This is not a secret. This quote from the International Currency Review above is circa 2011. The rats in charge have had 10 years to get it straightened out and stop the craziness, and here we are, with them trying to pull another round of the same old fraud, issue another military script, and keep on skating. All this, mind you, while the 1668 Bill of Rights is still in effect. They couldn't get a political upheaval going and use that as an excuse to kill off their primary and priority creditors, so they have ginned up a weaponized virus scam to accomplish the same desired end. They zap the already 5% lowered atmospheric oxygen content with 5G radiation that changes the spin configuration of the oxygen electrons and makes the oxygen incompetent, denatured, for use in the human body. This means that even though you keep breathing in, the air is not rich enough in oxygen that will work in your body, so you gradually asphyxiate. This condition is exacerbated by the little viral nanotransceivers and antennae ingested by people infected with them. This mimics the symptoms of pneumonia, but is actually more like high-altitude sickness. See here for confirmation, https://tinyurl.com/cameronx. Now, we have the technology to shut all this down and we are ready to deploy it. We also hold the keys to the credit and banking and currency crisis. Mr. Trump has promised to drain the swamp and he is making good faith effort to do it, but unless he faces up to the necessity of shutting down 5G and working with the actual asset owners to re-venue the banking system, the world is facing absolute global collapse and millions upon millions of unnecessary deaths. Prince Philip, the king rat of this generation, will get his wish, until the living God arises to drag his soul into the abyss. In recent days it has been reported, again, as if this was new news, that the Chinese and Japanese and Thai governments, the Iranians and Iraqis, and numerous others, are literally printing, counterfeiting US dollars. It wasn't their idea. Mr. Obama ordered engraving plates and printing presses and paper stocks and the special inks used to print the currency packed up and delivered to all these other governments so that they could print away at will. He literally gave away all the means to counterfeit the Federal Reserve currency, and nobody shot the bastard for it. I'm your Huckleberry. There are links to all of Anna's articles and processes, and ways to help support Anna and this channel in the video description box. Thank you.